Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we got My Hero Academia Season 5, Episode 91, Class A versus Class B. So I'm guessing we're getting some more training, but this time we're going to do class versus class. So I'm excited to see this because I think Class B has the one guy who always likes to come up and literally talk all this shit to Class A before what's her name comes up and knocks him out. So it's going to be cool to kind of see the actual throwdown between the two to see, who is the better class, right? So, also, I think I fixed my camera, guys. The last video I posted, I had to do like 4 or 5 edits throughout the middle of the video, and the transitions weren't as smooth. But that's because, yeah, my for some reason my camera kept like crashing. So I use an iPhone as a camera, and it's an old iPhone I used to have. Never had a problem with it until all of a sudden this morning, it's like the thing works, and then all of a sudden it like freezes up for like a good 4 or 5 seconds, and then it crashes. So when I was doing the editing, like I didn't know that it was freezing. All I could see is out of the corner of my eye on my screen here, where I like monitor everything. I could see the crash happening on my OBS. So I was like, "What the heck is going on?" So I kept resetting it, but then yeah, when I was in editing, like there's moments where the frame is frozen. I have little gnats like all over the place. Like, there's a lot going on, guys. It's been a hell of a week. I know. I feel like I keep saying that, dude. I haven't recorded in I think it's been about a week, little over a week since I recorded. Just because there's been a lot going on. My wife had surgery. These overnight shifts are just absolutely murdering me, dude. Like this has honestly been probably one of the worst summers I've had in a while. Mainly because like I feel like so my job did this whole overnight thing. Sorry, we're going into story time. I just have to get this off my chest with you guys. So my job has like they started overnights again, and like cool, exciting. But when it first got rolled out, they asked me, would you be interested in running the overnights? And I was like, no, I don't want anything to do with the overnights. I used to run overnights when I first started at my job, and I did that for about a year and a half, 2 years, and it was miserable, man. Like I'm telling you, like that was when my son was born and my daughter was about to be born. Like it was a miserable time because like you get off work after working like 10 to 12 hours overnight, and I get home, I don't really get good sleep because I'm up with my son, who was, he was only like what, I think 2 years old at the time, and like I said, my daughter was a newborn. So it's like I'm literally like in and out of consciousness while I'm trying to watch my kids during the day, and it was like it was just absolutely miserable for me. And my schedule was absolutely terrible. Like I never got really 2 days off in a row. It was like I work a day, or I work like 4 or 5 days, get a day off. Work 5 days, day off. Like it just sucked, man. So I was like, no, I want nothing to do with overnights again. Like I don't mind working like an occasional overnight here or there, where it's like you go in, you work an overnight or two to do like a big reset or to do some like stuff that is a lot easier to do on overnights. Cool. I'm good with that kind of stuff, but doing like weeks on end and months on end, like no, I'm like, you can count me out. So, anyways, um, my coworker, he ended up taking that overnight job. Cool, he enjoyed it, all that stuff. But then it was like he ended up having a lot of time off and stuff like that happened, where I ended up covering all the time he had time off. So I was like, I basically covered overnights for 3 to 4 weeks while he was here, and then he just got moved to another area, so he left. Now they filled the position, but the new person who's in that position had to train, and they required day training for like 4 to 5 weeks or something like that, or 6 weeks. So here we are. I think this is week 4 of overnights straight, and I think I have all the way through next week to go. But like, it's been miserable, man. Like, might call me a baby and whatever because of overnights, but dude, I just absolutely freaking hate them. Like, they wouldn't be that bad if I was like, I didn't have kids and I didn't have like all that going on. Like, if it was just me, or maybe even just me and my wife, it probably wouldn't be that bad. But what really kills me is it's like it happened during summer, and during the summer I love to go camping, and the idea of this whole thing was like, oh, because our new overnights, you get weekends off, so you get Saturday, Sunday off. And I was like, cool, okay, I'll try to use that to go camping. I've gone camping once in the last 4 weeks because I basically just have no energy in the world to go camping, man. I wake up, and like this is kind of where I was saying, like my whole thing is just thrown off. My whole entire like day is thrown off because I usually get off work. I go in and work at 9 p.m. Usually I'm home and whatnot by 7 a.m. ish, probably around that time. And then it usually takes me like an hour to kind of wind down, For some reason on overnights, I'm freaking starving after work. So like I always want to try to have breakfast when I get home. And then it's like doing that takes an extra, 20 to 25 minutes just to warm up my breakfast, eat the breakfast. And then, like I said, it takes me like another 40, 45 minutes just to wind down from work because I just left work to finally fall asleep. So I'm not falling asleep most days until after 8 a.m., 8:30. And then my kids are on summer break. That's where it really kills me because I fall asleep and then my kids are like in my room waking me up, just they're kids, right? Like obviously they're coming in, they're going, "Hey, can we have breakfast? Hey, why are you still sleeping this?" Like they don't fully understand that I'm working all night long, so I'm not sleeping. So it's like I'm getting woken up from them by 9:30, 10 in the morning almost every morning cuz they're on summer break. So then it's like I wake up and then it's like I'm dealing with all that and then it's like I try to go back to sleep sometimes, but then it's like I usually cannot. I just can't sleep past like noon or 1 o'clock for some reason. It's like my body just won't let me do it. So it's like most days I'm getting 4 to 5 hours of sleep, which I know that sounds people. Some people are like, "Oh, I get less than that," and it's cool, great, but it's like if I had 4 to 5 hours consecutively, that'd be different. But it's that I have 4 or 5 hours and it's interrupted. Like I get interrupted at least 2 to 3 times every morning by my kids coming in and asking random questions. Can we have breakfast? Are we allowed to watch this? Can we watch YouTube? Can we play? Can we call our cousins to play? Are we allowed to play on Fortnite? Like just random stuff. You know what I'm saying? And again, like they're kids, right? Like I'm not blaming them at all for this. Like I said, it just is what it is. But that's what I'm saying. Like it's been miserable for me, like this whole thing. And then last week, like I said, I had a bunch of appointments and stuff set up before I knew I was going to be out overnight. So because I set these appointments up like a month before this, and so I had like a haircut appointment that I get up for at 10 a.m. So that was one of the days. Then the next day, I guess the next two appointments weren't really anything I could control, but it was my kids' back to school appointments where we had to go meet the teacher, walk to school, all that stuff. One of them was at like 8:30 in the morning. So it's like I came home from work, couldn't sleep at all. Then there was another one that was at 12, which again, like I said, I'm already having inconsistent sleep, but then I have to be up by 11:30, 11 to get ready to go to this. And then like yeah, that was all last week. And then all this is happening while my new truck I bought a new truck like maybe 5 weeks ago, like right when I started the overnights, right before. And my new truck broke down when I took it camping 4 weeks ago. So I literally owned the truck for like, I don't know, 2 weeks before it broke down. And it's been in the shop since then. So I have a brand new truck that I haven't been able to drive because it's in the shop. The ECM went out. And so it's like I'm dealing with all that while I'm on overnights because every time they call me, I'm asleep. And then when I wake up and I try to call them, it's like I can't get through to anybody. So it's just a lot of this has been a big fat pain in the freaking ass, man. And then, like I said, you add all that into the fact that my son's finally started grid kid football. So we're doing grid kid every night. And I used to get like an hour nap in before work every day because I go to work at 9. So I'd sleep from like 7:30 to 8:30 ish. And then I'd get up, get ready to go to work. Not anymore because my son has practice almost every night now, Monday through Friday, which is every night that I work because he's been practicing from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. or he's been practicing from this week. It's been 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So I've been having to, go to practice. My wife has to bring him home, but I'm at practice from 7 p.m. till 8:45. So it's been a lot. And then, like I said, my wife, we had to go to the ER on Monday morning, which Mondays, I usually sleep a lot more during the day because I try to prep to go to overnights for the week. I didn't get any sleep for that for this Monday because, like I said, my wife had to go to the ER because she was having severe pain in her ribs and we didn't know what it was, but it was like enough that she couldn't sleep. She was crying. Like it was a lot. And so we went to the ER. That took up a good chunk of the day. And then we found out that, her gallbladder was causing the issues because it had like polyps on it or something. And so they wanted to do gallbladder removal surgery. So that was scheduled for Wednesday this week. And yeah, so it's there's been a lot, man. And then, like I said, now that's happening. So there's a lot of stressors going on in my life, guys. So I'm not gonna lie, like, trying to find the time to come down here record has been very difficult. Not that I don't want to, but I don't know, man. When I'm on overnights, my mood swings are kind of all over the place. It's like I just lose a lot of motivation to do a lot of things. So like my other channel that I was doing where I feel like I was doing really well at, I haven't posted a video in like 2 weeks over there, which is disappointing for me. I've been somewhat keeping up on this channel, but I think it was 2 weeks ago I had to do a week where I only posted one video for the week just because like I just literally had no sleep. I had no time to go record or edit, like because I do all this on my own time. and whatnot. And like I said, I'm not looking for any pity. I know some people might be like, well, this is what you chose, blah, 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 blah. Like, you chose to start a channel, yeah, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like 100% get all that. That's why I've continued to try to keep this one going. But like I said, I feel like, if I can't de-stress to, everybody on here and whatnot, what's the point of the channel? Like the point of the channel is I want to be happy and enjoy doing what I'm doing. And sometimes that's de-stressing with you guys and just kind of letting you guys know and being being 100% open and honest with how I have been doing. You know what I mean? So that's partially just, like I said, kind of a, I want to say a letdown, but like a download of how my last couple weeks have been going. Like I said, I've been kind of miserable on these overnights, literally miserable, dude. Like I'm just not happy doing these. Thank goodness, as of right now, next week is my last week on overnights, which would be the 5th week in a row. So I'm very happy for that. That I can finally be done with these overnights and get back to my day shifts, where I can kind of get back to my normal workouts, my normal recording routines, and I can kind of just be in a much better situation or a better spot for all this stuff. But yeah, there's been a lot going on. Anyway, sorry guys, it's been 11 minutes into the recording, and I feel like I've just basically spent this whole time complaining about how crappy these overnights have been and how it's just absolutely ruined my entire summer in life. So, but all right. I'll let you guys know. I'll probably put a little text at the top just to let you guys know that, hey, if you don't want to listen to me rant and go on about how miserable I feel right now, guys, you can skip to 11 and a half minutes into this episode. So anyways, here we are, guys. My Hero Academia, Season 5, Episode 91. I'm excited to see what Class A versus Class B has to bring to us. And then other than that, like I said, we saw last episode that Hawk is now a double agent, because I knew I wasn't crazy, because I swear to God we had seen him talking to Dobby, so which made me think that he was working against the heroes. But then we saw in the last episode he's actually working for the heroes to work against the heroes by being a double agent. And yeah, you get what I'm saying. So basically Hawk is being a double agent to try to spy on the League of Villains, bring the information back to the heroes and whatnot. So there's a lot of this going on. So, anyways, guys, we also at the very end too saw how Midoriya went into this dream that we saw like a little bit of at the end of 2 episodes ago. We saw the end of, but then last episode we actually got to see more. We actually got to see a lot more of the past and how things transpired between All For One and his brother and whatnot. And then he actually was able to talk to the brother, who said something about like, I want to show you, the point or something like that, but you're only at 20% of the power right now. So interesting. I wonder, sorry, wonder what that means and what that's going to develop into. But I guess we'll see. And good news, guys, the camera hasn't crashed once yet, which before it was crashing every 5 minutes. So I think we're good. I think we fixed it. So, anyways, let's get into this, guys. If you're with us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, guys. I would appreciate it. It would mean the world to me. I promise I don't rant like I did in this video every video. But we'd love to have you guys like the video, comment down below. I appreciate the engagement. I appreciate you guys, spitting knowledge to me about stuff that I missed or things that I, need to know about the show. I appreciate all that. Just no spoilers, please. And then if you're over with me on Patreon, I appreciate the hell out of you guys. Love you guys. The support means the world to me that you guys continue to support me over there on Patreon, even though, like I said, I have times like this where I am just kind of all over the board and a little chaotic. But I appreciate that, guys. So if you do want to join us on Patreon, link is down below. It's free to join currently right now. So, or there's other options if you choose to support the channel, which would mean the world to me. So anyways, guys, let's get into this. Here we go. My Hero Academia, Season 5, Episode 91. Clash, Class A versus Class B. Let's get it.
After that dream, I couldn't go back to sleep.
For some reason, the animation looked a little different right there.
Midoriya, what was that sound? Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, nothing to see here. Everything is, fine, I promise.
Oh dear, why such a ruckus? Perhaps you haven't had enough cheese.
That's probably
cheese?
it. Sorry for waking you up.
In that last instant, I saw the predecessors reaching out to me.
Why does one of them look like Best Jeanist?
You witnessed the memories of the original?
I did. It was scary. Mostly because All For One was a part of the dream too. You've seen them, right? When you were younger? You saw the spirits of those who wielded our quirk?
Yeah, I saw them. I learned from my master, my predecessor, that is, about the existence of vestiges. That's why I even know how the power functions.
That's
I
the word
witnessed its
from
history.
the last episode, vestiges.
The memory stopped after the first wielder was given the quirk. Then he spoke to me about how I'm only using 20%. And something he called the singularity. He was looking right at me. When I first saw them during the sports festival, you said they were like ghosts that didn't have intentions. But I think they wanted something from me.
He spoke with the first wielder. I didn't experience it like you did, and you know everything my master told me. Based on what I know, this phenomenon has only happened to you.
Nah, what you saw wasn't a dream. It was the vestiges.
But Master, what does that mean? Do you know?
Feelings are what fuel power, Toshinori. That's just the way the world works. The emotions of those who cultivated One for All are woven into the ability itself. At least that's what I think.
You still with me?
So you accidentally powered up and that woke you. Were you hurt?
No, I'm good.
I'm happy to hear that. I wish I had more answers, but right now the only thing I can say is that I don't know what happened to you last night. And what about the singularity?
There's a rumor about something like that. The quirk singularity doomsday theory or whatever. Quirks mix and evolve as they're passed down through generations. Kids end up a combination of their parents. The theory goes that this will lead to stronger, more complex powers someday. Extraordinary abilities that nobody will be able to control. Which makes some sense.
It's still unclear if you were the cause of this event or if something external was at play. Do you remember anything else? The smallest detail could be helpful.
Let me think. There were two figures I couldn't make out. Oh, and you were kind of a glowy blur. Maybe it's because you're still relatively new and alive? You think that's how it works?
Is
Sorry,
he supposed to be
kid,
the yellow one?
but your guess is as good as mine in this. What's important is that you remember One for All is your ally. We'll keep investigating this together.
Right, so we just do our best. Oh, one more thing. It's about your old master.
You know, she reminds me of my predecessor.
She does? Wait, how so?
It's the hairstyle.
Oh, sure. She was so beautiful.
I know.
I know.
You've got practical training this
What
afternoon.
the heck?
Better go or you'll be late.
Good call. Hey, Shinso! Were you hanging out with Mr. Aizawa? I hope you're learning a lot from him.
Oh, I am. Midoriya, you should start warming up. It's going to be a busy day.
Yes,
That
sir.
glare, dude. We haven't seen Shinso in a while, I feel like.
I can't believe we're already back at it! Are you excited?
Don't you get cold like that, Hagakure?
Yeah,
I'm having PTSD of my
You got
camera
gas.
freaking going off. I keep
Lovely
glancing over here like,
outfit. Isn't it,
make sure it didn't
super
crash.
cute?
Make sure it
It's
didn't crash.
lovely.
I didn't realize that the temperature had dropped so much.
Everyone's costumes have changed since we started school, haven't they? They've adapted just as we have.
You're a champ. I'm surprised you lasted through the summer and all that gear.
Kachan's is different too.
Huh? If
It
you
is
got
a little
something
different.
to say, then say it
He's
to
got like
my
a full
face,
undershirt
nerd.
instead of
While
like
I'm
having
blasting
his chest is
yours.
somewhat
How
exposed
does
in his
it
stomach.
work? Do the gauntlets come equipped with a heat generator? Since your sweat glands are used as weapons, it's a really smart modification to combat the cold. I'm impressed.
Stop praising my suit!
Relaxed and full of yourselves as always.
Oh, if it isn't the
Obviously, you
man.
underestimate us. There you are. We've been looking forward to this. Is that so? I'm not sure why. There's no way you stand a chance against us in this exercise.
Come on, Class A! Let's see who's best once and for all! Now, finally! It's Class A versus Class B! Our
Knocked
first
out.
joint combat training! You're finished!
That's enough.
Stranglehold!
Today, there will be a special participant.
Please try not to embarrass yourselves if at all possible.
Who's going to be joining us?
I'll murder him!
Is it a babe?
We'll do our best, whoever it is!
This person is interested in switching to the hero track. From General
I had a
Studies
feeling.
Class C,
I had a feeling it was
Hitoshi
him.
Shinso.
He actually kind of looks badass with his new suit. And he's kind of got the Aizawa, what's it called around him? The wraps?
Shinso will be joining in on your training. He's hoping to be one of you, so treat him as you would any classmate.
He mentioned that before the sports festival.
Is that one of Mr. Aizawa's capture scarves?
The mask looks special, too.
Welcome to the fight!
You'll be brainwashed if you talk to him, Mesami.
A powerful quirk.
Wait one sec. Midoriya got brainwashed once, but he snapped out of it.
Yeah, that was honestly kind of an accident, though. Come to think of it, the first time I saw the vestiges of One for All was when I was under Shinso's control. Was the timing coincidental? Or was there a reason?
Well, Shinso, why don't you say a few words?
Huh. Your quirk is brainwashing? That's so cool! Imagine all the cool stuff you could do.
Bro, this little gnat keeps freaking going right at my computer screen, driving me crazy.
No one would ever know it was you. Just promise you won't make us your slaves, okay?
Everyone says that. I'm Hitoshi Shinso. I already faced some of you as opponents during the sports festival. But we're not friends just because we fought before. I don't subscribe to that sort of sportsmanship. We're still competing to be the best. And I'm already countless steps behind. I need to prove myself. One day I will become a proper hero. Then I can use my powers to help citizens in need. All of you are hurdles I must overcome. I'm not here in search of friends. Thanks for having me.
Everyone's like, all right.
He's so serious.
I like it.
Be on guard.
He's taking intensity lessons from you, Roki.
Wait, you think so?
Oh, yeah. I like this guy.
You'll be grouped in teams of 4, each competing one at a time.
That sounds like fun. Hope it's a good mix.
Me too.
With Shinso, that makes 41 competitors. So won't it be impossible to divide the teams
41?
equally? Which is why he'll be participating in 2 matches. One time with us and one time with Class A. In other words, 2 of the 5 matches will be 5 against 4. Prepare yourselves.
That's super unfair for the smaller team.
It's probably more of a disadvantage to have the inexperienced Shinso on your side. The larger teams will have the advantage in numbers, but also a handicap. Listen closely to the scenario.
I don't know if I would say that's a handicap.
He's trying to capture a villainous organization. You should consider your opponents to be evil criminals. You'll win if you capture 4 competitors.
Oh, we're heroes, but we're villains to the opposing team? I've lost this sort of roleplay before.
This does go against your nature.
I remember that, dude. That's back in
camp,
season
you'll find
1.
an adorably decorated prison. Once you put your enemies behind bars, that will count as a capture.
Who designed that thing?
It would be most efficient to try and disarm our opponents and capture them near their own bases. But I doubt it'll be that easy when we get down to it.
So we gotta capture 4 losers. Is that what you meant when you said disadvantage?
Huh? Well, your team might not be used to fighting together. And if 4 people on one of the 5-person teams are captured, that will be considered a loss.
You're making us haul around excess baggage? That's some bull crap.
Hey now, don't be mean about it.
It's fine. He makes a fair point.
Your understanding just makes us look like a bunch of jerks.
Now,
draw your lots.
Okay. Looking at the teams here. Wait, they count his shadow as a student? Or is that just one of the smaller teams? Oh, man.
Your turn,
Deku's team
Shinso.
is not that,
You'll join one
does
team
not
from
look
each
like
class.
it's the strongest.
Let's have some fun out there, man. This is gonna be awesome. Get pumped.
Tell us more details about your quirk.
I bet girls kind of dig that smirk. You rake them in, huh?
Let's win.
You're a perfect addition.
Let's win.
Let's destroy the always in danger Class A and
That's the one I think that's
humiliate
fighting
them.
against
Take a lesson
Deku's
from
team.
us and
tune him out as much as you can.
Looking forward to it. I
Oh,
finally
I actually like
reached it. My starting line.
I like the mask, bro. That actually adds a really cool, like, I don't know,
if
flair
there's
to
no
his
decisive
costume.
victory within the time limit, then whoever has the most people left will be the winners.
Oh, All Might and Midnight are here together. Is it a date?
Stop that. Older men aren't my thing.
Class A has turned disasters into strength, while Class B has taken a more traditional approach to their studies. This'll be good.
Fighters, take your marks.
All right, let's get it, baby. Come on.
And start!
We have a pretty good idea of the other team's different abilities, but let's try to stick close together. There's safety in numbers, after all.
Asui's camouflage. If you know where to look, you can still see her.
Heard, but don't you think I could just separate from you guys and let off 1,000,000 volts or something?
Yeah, but what if they knock you out with a sneak attack? No backup.
That is true. And Shiozaki will be tough to nab. Her quirk's amazing. She kicked my butt.
She kicked my butt.
I'd like to take out the most troublesome quirk first.
My dude Shinso, you get it.
It's the obvious plan.
If we're hoping to do something about Ibarra first, then they're probably thinking the same thing about Kaminari and his dangerous attacks. Also, even though he has less experience, they'll want to avoid Shinso's quirk.
I'm counting on you guys to keep me safe.
Maybe we can set things up so Kaminari and Shinso get to do their things.
Thank you, friends.
So, did they find her?
Shiozaki's to our left, alone. She's using her vines to feel out her surroundings as she heads this way.
I hate to go after the girl all alone, but we gotta stop her, right?
Oh, shoot.
Roaring rage!
I think setting her up by herself, though, is a big setup.
You guys would send Coda to search for us, and we planned accordingly. Also, that you would likely be most wary of Shiozaki's quirk. I sniffed you out with my acute sense of smell!
Jirota Shishida, quirk, beast. This feral mode drastically increases his strength, hearing, sight, and
His
ability to
superhero,
sniff things out.
hero name should be
It also causes him to go a
Bigfoot.
little berserk, though.
You can't use much electricity with your friends around, can you? You don't want to shock them. I've trained my quirk and got a new move. Air prison. A solitary cell that won't allow any sound in.
Consider this our win already!
The monster's gonna murder me!
What just happened?
Wait, did you get brainwashed? It sounded like Shinso somehow talked with my voice.
Huh? Wait, what is that mask?
That's what his mask is doing.
Modulator. Persona chords.
He can adjust his voice to sound like somebody else. Oh my god, that's so OP, bro. Oh, that's the end of the episode? Bro, what the heck, man? That's such an OP ability, bro. He already, I think when we watched Sports Festival talk about how his power is basically like already overpowered because you literally just talk to him. Like you say, you respond to one thing he says and you're like under his mind control. So the fact that he now has a mask, has the ability to like imitate somebody else's voice. So you just straight up can't respond at all in a fight. You just can't say anything. Oh, dude, he's so overpowered, man. So OP, man. Oh, dude, Shinso's I don't even know what to say about him, bro. Other than he's got an OP quirk. He reminds me of like a Miro, dude. Like Miro kind of has that OP quirk because you can't really hit him because he can just literally go through all of your hits. It's like if you've seen Naruto, it's like with Obito, where Obito has that, the ability where it's like you just go through him. You can't even hit the guy because he can warp different pieces of a body into different dimensions that, like, it's just such an OP ability that it's like, that's what Miro has essentially. And that's kind of what like his is. Like you literally just talk to him and you're done. It's like Itachi kind of. Like you just look at him, he can put you in a genjutsu. Like crazy, bro. But anyways, guys, all right. That was the end of that episode, guys. I'm excited to see how this whole thing ends out because Shinso is obviously OP'd. So whatever team he's on, they kept saying it's a disadvantage because you have a newbie and it's a handicap. Yeah, okay. His quirk makes it non-handicap. So he's got such an overpowered quirk, but I've said that a million times. So anyways, guys, we'll catch you guys in the next episode, man. Deuces.